Hey, it's Lockie here with a review of the Yes 420. It was one of the first boards to start the short and wide trend, which meant that you didn't need to have a super long board to get good float in powder. You could get the same surface area from a short and wide board that still had the ability to turn very quickly. I'll go through mainly how the 420 floats in powder, how it turns, its pop, speed, and overall value. The 420 has a medium flex rating, a directional shape with 12mm of taper, as well as a 1.5cm setback stance. It has the power rock profile, which means that the board is pretty much flat, with a larger amount of rocker on the nose and a small amount of rocker in the tail. It has a sintered spec base, which is just fancy wording. It isn't a real sintered base, and riding definitely showed why it wasn't as good. I was riding the 2020 148cm model that was set up with my regular angles of +12 on the front foot, -9 on the back foot, and set up to the recommended stance position, which meant that it still could be set back further. I weigh 160 pounds, or about 72 kilograms, and am 6 foot tall. I was riding this on a very nice powder day, with about 20 to 30 centimeters of fresh snow that had fallen the night before, so it was great conditions to test a board like this. The 148cm 420 has a very similar surface area to a regular 160cm board, which is why it floats so well. It has a super wide 286mm waist width. The 420 does ride amazingly in deep snow. It has a very different feel comparing it to a regular powder board, or even other shorter and wide boards like the Ride Warpig or Super Pig. It feels like it's always just sitting on top of the snow somehow, and almost feels like you can pivot on the spot. You're never held back by the tail at all, which makes riding in very tight trees an easy option. When you do get into a wide open patch of snow, you can push a bit more weight into the back of the board, and the short tail lets you really get that surfy feel. Landing drops into powder has a different feel as well. It seems that once you're landed, it wants to pop you right back up onto the top of the snow quickly, which is a nice feeling. On groomed runs, carving does feel fine, but it isn't anything special. It felt like it gripped well, though the packed powder on the groomers is ideal for any board, and I imagine that it wouldn't be that much fun on a proper hard-packed day. The flat to rocker profile doesn't give the 420 much pop, but it isn't the sort of board that really needs much. In powder, the speed seemed fine. Even if it was slow, the extra float makes up for any lack in speed, so getting through tricky or flat spots is about as easy as it can get. Once you get to a cat track though, I really noticed how slow it rode. Even trying to spend all of my time on an edge, I was always going slow. It was a big struggle to hit my speed up. In reality, it just has an extruded base, so don't expect much from it. Overall, the 420 is a super fun board for deep days. It would be the sort of board I would buy for those crazy days where it's going to be really deep. Though like you would expect for a board like this, it does great things in powder, but I found it struggles everywhere else. If you found this review helpful, consider subscribing. And if you're looking at buying any new snowboard gear, have a look on snowboardrobot.com/search to find out if any shops have it on sale.